bet. The last several years, I have had the privilege of traveling over the United States, representing my generation, age 60 and over, as Ms. Senior America 2004. And, yes, there really is such an event. And no, and no, there is not a swimsuit competition. We would never have a contestant, nor would we ever have an audience. As you heard, I also am a former teacher, impacted by and living near Columbine High School. And my passion for educating has never retired. When we experience, we take it into ourselves and give everything we've got. And whether you have experienced tragedy or loss, or whether you are on top of a mountain high, or whether you're where most of us are, trudging the daily, you have a choice as to what actions and attitudes you project, and that you make those decisions. Now, make no mistake about it, the world is watching. What you do or don't do, what you say or don't say, has an impact echoing around the world. All of the things that we do every single day, we make a daily impact on everybody around us, whether we're at home, whether we're at work, or whether we're commuting in between the two. I propose to you today that there are 4 things that should be spurring each one of us on, no matter the fact that they're going to affect the crowd around us, but they're going to make an impact on ourself. A task with a purpose, participation, relationship, and service. Now, sometimes that task with a purpose is as simple or not so simple as finding my car in the parking lot of Safeway. But at other times, that task with a purpose is working towards a goal. And that goal is what keeps me going. When I decided to do this Queenie thing, a part of me said, how fun is that? You go for it, girl. But another huge part of me said, are you kidding? You have never entered any kind of pageant in your entire life, and you intend to do it when you're 60? What part of the word fail don't you understand? I guarantee that we will be challenged with doubts, with obstacles, and we most certainly will make mistakes. You know, as a teacher, I often felt I should have written a letter of apology to my first 2 years of parents because I made so many mistakes. But as Michael Dell says, the more mistakes I made, the faster I learned. Now, participating in something outside of our comfort zone automatically makes us grow and makes us learn. It makes us look and discern those choices that we're going to make. And it is not easy. Stella Vanu Kirkland from Pennsylvania was our oldest contestant for Ms. Senior America. She entered the pageant at that marvelous age of 99. She learned to tap dance when she was 80. Talk about stepping out of one's comfort zone. Every time we do it, we are better. A task with a purpose, participation, relationships are key to our everyday life. Are you aware that developing relationships is a key indicator as to longevity of life? And it's relationships with all ages and under all circumstances. All of those things keep us going. And in those relationships, you must have laughter. You must have laughter. I read an article once that said, when one feels overwhelmed, and who of us has not felt overwhelmed, get up, walk away from it, find something that makes you smile, makes you giggle, get away from what bothers you. Kindergartners laugh on an average of 300 times per day, while we can only seem to muster 17. A task with a purpose, participation, relationship, and service is why we're here. When we serve other people are observing us. Albert Schweitzer declared, example is not the main thing in influencing others. It's the only thing. When I retired from my district, I signed up in another district to substitute for one teacher only, Judy. Now, Judy was hardly ever gone, which means I was hardly ever there at her school. And one day, I am substituting for Judy, and I'm standing outside her door, monitoring the kids, as any good teacher would be doing. I'm saying things like, oh, gonna read that book? That's a great one. Play ball at recess? Great, great do. Oh, and this little second grader trots past me, doesn't stop, doesn't blink, simply looks up at me and says, hey, you're wearing the same thing you wore last time. I couldn't make that up, believe me. I was being observed. Would you please take your thumb and first finger and put it together? Take your thumb and first finger, come on, get some exercise. Thumb and first finger, put it together, and very quickly, would you place it on your chin? And don't move your hand, and look around. Some of you came late. Look around. People will follow our example. People will follow our example because I said chin, but I did cheek. Oh, never confuse significance with prominence. What you and I do in the life of one is significant. You could be waving to that neighbor that never waves back to you, or smiling at that grumpy coworker. You and I might be the only positive impact that those two people have. John Wooden, former basketball coach at UCLA, sums it up best in my opinion. I am not what I ought to be. I'm not what I want to be. I'm not what I'm going to be. But I am thankful. I am better than I used to be. May today be the day you make a pact with yourself to be a better impact all around.